the show is doing really well. It must feel really good, huh?
It feels incredible. People come up or they'll text me and say, you know, you've had various levels of success throughout your career. You had a whole bunch of great stuff happen with like the Parent Trap and stuff early in the career, and then years where I'm just a working mom trying to put food on the table, and now this incredible show that's blown up, and I just am so grateful. Not just because the show's a success, even though, thank you all for making it a success, but it's that people are loving it and that will come up personally and say, I took all the kids to Disneyland. I have identical twins, born on the same day as the twins in The Parent Trap, weirdly, on October 11th. And I brought them to Disneyland for their birthday recently. And people would just come up and say, I watch with my whole family. I watch with my kids or my grandkids. And that means the world to us. It's that and teachers telling us how much they love the show and how it really reflects what they go through. So, I mean, to be able to honor them and give teachers the respect that they deserve in our community, there's nothing better.
So I hear you could do an impression of Sheryl Lee Ralph. You know I gotta have you do it.
Sheryl Lee Ralph. I just talked to her, she's my baby. I just was talking to her right before I walked in here, and we went shopping. Sheryl and I are a menace at the mall. Can I just tell you? We walk into wherever we go, and I'm like, okay, the gowns are over here. This is the clearance section. I'll meet you in the middle. Bring what you have, and we'll try it on.
I need to shop with y'all.
Oh, no, you have to come out. You have to come out. We tore through Topanga Canyon last week. She is incredible. She'll just tell me, okay, this is what you may get me for Christmas. I have to get into my register. But the interesting thing about her, and I pulled it. I went, okay, what color do you want? It was a Louis Vuitton shawl. And she was like, girl, no. She will just call me up on the phone and say, girlfriend, where are we going this weekend? I've lost the ability to care. I cannot do one more thing. Oh, there's party? Well, then I'll go. She's magnificent in that every single thing she says is emphatic and important, and you want to listen.
You want to listen.
Yes, because it is the most important
thing.
And she will pontificate, but it is everything she says. You all saw her Emmy acceptance speech, right?
Yes, which was amazing.
I was sobbing and standing on a chair at the Emmys, and yes, Sheryl, yes! But everything she says when she talks to all of us in the crew is that important, and that wonderful and inspiring, and she is that person every single day. She walks it, and she won't let me get away with talking about myself. If I try to talk like, oh, I just can't because my butt's too big in that dress. She was like, who are you listening to? You know, and she has a good point, because when I grew up, white women were not allowed to be, you know, curvilicious. We weren't. We had to look like a Charlie's Angel, you know, like this. And I just made myself crazy, starving myself and trying to be skinny for all these years. And now this is all in style. I'm like, yeah,
you look good.
Thank you.
You look good.
I'm tired.
You're doing it, baby.
And she'll tell me, too. She'll be like, yes, that's what you should have been doing.
Listen to her. She knows. Okay, and you guys are the cast. Your cast was on Family Feud. That had to be fun, because I'm trying to get to Family Feud.
What do you mean? Like, they would have you in a second.
Well, I'm waiting for my call.
Tell Steve Harvey I will crochet you a sweater that looks like this one. We had a great time, but I will tell you, you would think that it's all fun, but I'm incredibly competitive.
Are you?
Oh, like sick. Like, my best girlfriend is the one who played the mean girlfriend in The Parent Trap, Elaine Hendricks. And she used to have a game night, and she said, I have to stop inviting you.
You're that competitive?
Oh, yeah, no, I get crazy. I, like, need to win. So I went on, okay, that's me on the Family Feud. Look at how happy I am. That was before. And then,
that was before.
Well, they ask questions that you think, okay, this is going to be the answer, right? You all watch it, and you're like, okay, I know what the answer is. What's America going to say that's not this? So the question was, what would a husband get in trouble if he came home smelling like this? What are the top 5 answers?
Yeah.
So we went through yeah, you all know. I was going to say that, but I'm like, that's not going to be on the board. But I said perfume, right? That was right. And then it went around, and I'm telling people, okay, say this, say this. And then it got to me, and I had a choice. There were 2 things, weed or cigarettes. And I'm like, they're not going to say weed. It's Family Feud. This is America's evening show. They're not going to say it. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to say this, and then that'll be the next question. No. It turns out it was not cigarettes. It was not on the board. You know what was on the board? So the next person, it was weed. That's what, it was the cast of Hacks stole it with weed. I'm furious. Do you know what the one answer was and it wasn't cigarettes? You know what it was?
What?
Food.
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 I'm like, what? And I'm Italian. I'm like, what crazy wife is gonna be, her husband's coming home and she's
What's
like,
his
when did
name?
you get a meatball?
Right. I'm with you.
I'm like,
Who's on the survey?
You are that controlling, you can't let your husband have a hot dog on the way home from work and he's hungry. I'm like, I'm happy with this show because they put Garrett's popcorn in my dressing room and I'm
We'll feed you. We will feed you. Oh my God, I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank you.
So tell me, did you always want to be an actress?
I did, but even more than that, since I was little, I wanted to be a dancer. I wanted to be a ballerina. And you know when you're little and you get like the music box with the little ballerina that spins around? That's what I wanted to be. I was obsessed with the Nutcracker. I was obsessed with everything ballet. And I used to pretend ballet all around my house. And when I went to go take dance lessons, there was one ballerina teacher, one ballet teacher in our town. And she was this old Russian lady. I was a little chubby girl and my sister was always skinny. She was a year older than me and she was always really thin without even trying. And we went to go to this lady and she said, looked at both of us and she looked at my sister and said, that one can dance. This one, too fat. So I had to quit. But I loved doing it, and I continued to do it as I got older, not as a profession, but I pretend to be a dancer. In movies like Shall We Dance?
And fun, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I love that.
Yeah.
And okay, so Parent Trap is the 25th year anniversary.
That's right.
Y'all hear that? That is it. What do you remember most about filming?
It was an incredible experience. Everybody was sensational. Lindsay was the most incredible professional. It's lovely to see her resurgence and coming back to town and being married. And yeah, she's my son's age. They were friends when we were, I mean, she was 11 and she was this unbelievable professional on set. She was like, had all the manners that you would love in a professional, going, saying please and thank you to everybody in the hair and makeup trailers. But I think doing it, and of course I met my best friend, Elaine Hendricks, doing the movie, but the thing that was so sensational, and to this day it continues, is the response of audiences, that they look at it like comfort food. And people will tell me all the time online, because I read all the comments, and they'll say, every time it's on, I stop, I don't have to be watching it, I can clean my house, or if my kids are there, it's just on, present, and I feel safe. And especially from kids who in those years felt a little like their life was not as safe or they weren't as accepted, like kids from the LGBTQ community still write me now and say, you made me feel accepted, you made me feel good, you kept the twin secret and you made me feel like if you were in my life, I would have been loved. And I'm like, I know.
That has to be a
beautiful.
Great feeling.
I tell you, if I'm known for nothing else in this career but doing that show, it would have been enough. But now I have Abbott also. And it is the most wonderful feeling for people to tell me.
Well, we love you and Abbott.
Thank you. Now let me see if I can sit in it.
Oh, yes, baby. You snatched in that dress and them shoes. Don't she look good, y'all? Yes, shoe. You leave that. Yeah, and you better pose.
Yes, well, I believe these are the only pair of its kind in this country. There's some sort of Italian brand. You know, my people like to make a good shoe.
And they made a good shoe.
Yeah, so.
It looks like a one-of-a-kind. I love finding those one-of-a-kinds. You're a shopper like that?
Yeah, I do.
Cheryl
and I, we sit next to each other and shop on our phones.
Shop together.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, what are you wearing? I don't know, I'm wearing red. Okay, well, I'll wear white then.
Oh, that's is a treat. Oh my God, let me shop.
Yeah, well, we like to find the sales though.
Okay, I'm down for whatever. I shop anywhere.
Those nails,
do you like my nails?
Where?
Do you see them? Your nails are nice too, though. You are fancy.
Thank you.
I gotta ask you, Lisa.
Yes.
What did you think of my surprise FaceTime?
Okay, first of all, let me just tell you. Anybody calls me on FaceTime without warning, and that is grounds for dismissal of friendship.
Uh-oh.
Like, You do not call me without warning me so I can get some eyebrows on. I don't know who's in the room. Might be my future husband.
So you gotta have eyebrows on.
Yeah, I have to have eyebrows. This lady she had beautiful lipstick
Did you
on.
see her lipstick?
Yeah, she was bomb on the lipstick.
See?
I was like, maybe she was expecting somebody to
Maybe
call.
that's why she answered my FaceTime.
That's what it was. And listen, if I don't know the number and it comes up FaceTime, I'm like, might be the government. I don't know. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I don't know.
And they definitely weren't gonna get you without your eyebrows.
If my ex-husband, who is madly in love with you,
Oh.
if he got an unplanned FaceTime from you, that would have made his life.
Really? He would answer my call?
He would answer your call all day, every day,
okay.
with or without eyebrows.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll make sure I have my eyebrows on for him if I ever FaceTime him.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not trying to hook you up or anything.
No. I get it. But do you FaceTime with your family at all?
No.
No?
No, because I would. I have 4 kids that I love and adore. And they will never pick up a phone call from me. Forget about FaceTime. They don't do kids talk on the phone anymore? I see young people out here.
You are right.
Talk. You text. Quinta Brunson, text. I'm like, hey, girl. She's like, can you text me? None of them. My kids, I'm telling you what, I could be on fire. And my kids would not call to even, they'll be like this, what's up?
What's up? One word.
That's it, what's up?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Wow. And then you're a single mom. Like, what was it like raising your kids? You have 4 kids.
4 kids, and most of them are almost all the way grown. You know, it's like being a single mom is you got to be tough. You got to I have 3 boys and a girl. Ooh. My girl was a delight. A lot of people will be like, oh, teen girls, they're a nightmare. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
She was a doll. She still is. She's getting her PhD in psychology. Oh. She's a good girl. I'm very lucky. She's real smart, always sweet. The boys they're great. I mean, one of them is a musician. He makes a living at it. He's a writer-producer, so that's a blessing. Probably moving back home next month, but anyway. But that's because he broke up with somebody. But the twins, the youngest ones, I had to kind of be the father figure to them because their dad wasn't as involved. My older 2, the dad is great. He's the one who loves you. Okay. The one I'm trying to fix you up with. But he's great. He's my best friend. But the younger ones didn't have that, and so I filled in for that. And you know, people think that if you're in a movie or they know you from something, that you're a gazillionaire. Right. Sheryl Lee, Ralph, and I had a similar situation coming up because they see Sister Act 2 or they see The Parent Trap. They think we're making money every time that airs. It's not like that. We were both struggling single mothers in a very expensive town of Los Angeles. So we've been, I think both of us taken gigs that made us the money we needed to make to support our children. That's the priority. It might not be, is this job gonna get me an Oscar or an Emmy or anything like that? Am I gonna put food on the table? And with the boys, I had to be around because they were in high school. I wasn't gonna be an absent mother. So I had to not take any movies or anything that was gonna take me away. So I was a radio host for 3 years here in Los Angeles. So I could pick them up from school and make sure they were on the straight and narrow.
Well, it worked out for you. A mother is gonna make a way, that is for sure.
My audience members knew all about my kids because I talked about them all the time. I called them the twins. I called them the Vikings. I said it was because raising them was like raising Vikings, as they would be raiding the kitchen and pillaging the villages.
That sounds like boys.
Yeah, that's it. There's wrecking everything in their path. So I still have people saying, oh, how are the Vikings? They online. But, it was a good job. I liked it. I like all of the performing jobs I've done.
Yes, and you started out in comedy,
Yes.
So that made you a cool mom, right?
Oh.
What was that like?
No.
No?
Everybody in this audience would think, I wish my mom was Jessie from The Parent Trap. I wish my mom did stand-up comedy.
It's not
your
like
own
that.
kid.
Because you're never cool.
How about your kids?
I'm never cool.
Exactly right.
Don't embarrass me.
Exactly right. It's like, why are you trying to be funny?
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like, do you have to? Stop dancing.
Right.
Yeah.
What age is it that stops and you're cool again? Or is there an age?
I'm still trying to hit that.
Uh-oh.
I think my oldest always thought I was cool. He actually travels with me, when I go on the road doing stand-up and stuff. He was a baby when I started, because I was an actress when I went to New York to, be an actor, but then I got pregnant, and I went, oh, okay. Well, I guess I better get on stage and do stand-up. I had friends that said to me, you need to do it by this date. It was like the height of the comedy boom. And they held me to it. They said, you need to get up on a stage and do stand-up. And I did it for the first time on the date that we arranged. I was supposed to do 3 minutes. I had about an hour's worth of material. They wound up letting me go because I was killing for about 12 minutes. So they are, yeah, and they are responsible. People don't know in the comedy world, that's like a big deal because they give you this much amount of time. But I was doing really well. And he was the one I would practice in front of. He was like a year old and I'd walk around and do my act. And so he would grab a spoon and go, I do comedy, ah, and just yell.
Oh my goodness. Well, he was a good coach and a good listener because look
and
at
he
your
thinks
career
I'm
now.
cool, but the other ones I'm not so sure.
Everybody loves Abbott Elementary. It is beyond a hit. It looks like you guys have so much fun.
We do. It's, you know, there's a reason why I think that we are the top comedy ensemble on television today.
Yes.
I think so. And truly, it's because, as I like to say, there's not a bum in the lot. Everybody in this cast is so incredibly talented.
Yes.
You know, Tyler, who's been doing this since he was a little kid, and Chris Perfetti, who's an amazing stage actor, and Stan Davis, who plays Mr. Johnson. He's been around forever doing a million roles. Janelle was brand new to television, but obviously she plays Ava Coleman. She's killing it. And I mean, and Quinta, she's a wonderful actress. She does surprising things. Like, she'll switch it up, because she can, because she created the show. So, like, if we're doing a scene and she gets an idea, she might change something up real quick and just do it. And it'll kill you. She's hilarious. And, of course, Sheryl, who is a magnificent angel here on earth.
Yes. It is so good. Now, I hear Quinta, like, pulls things from y'all everyday lives and put it in the show. Has she done that with you?
Yeah, she likes to surprise us. We don't know it. You know, they had a whole bit about Sheryl messing up people's names, and it came from when she called Orlando. She thought Orlando Bloom was black. And then there was a whole bit on the show about all these people in show business that she thought was black, and they're not. And it wound up on the show, and Sheryl doesn't read the script before our table read. So she was going through it, and then she was like, and then Quinta. And Quinta was like,
That is so funny. What I love is y'all seem like one big old happy family.
We are.
I think
we really are.
Transcends through the camera.
I think so too. And people get it. They're like, oh, these are people that actually like each other.
You can
I don't
tell.
think there's going to be a story coming out. Sorry to disappoint the tabloids, but there's not going to be like, really, they hated each other. We get along.
Yes.
We miss each other when we're not working.
It shows. It really shows.
Thank you.
And then, I love this. You dedicate your character to your late mother?
Yeah, my mom was Sicilian. She passed right after we shot the pilot, in fact. And she was teaching, she was a public school teacher in downtown DC.
Beautiful.
And she was a tough lady, but she was just passionate. Like, if she loved you, that was it. And she felt that way about her students. So a lot of what I put into Melissa Schmente is an homage to my mom, and who she didn't live long enough to see us win awards or be a huge success. But after we shot the pilot, when she went to the hospital and I knew that she was really sick, I reached out and to my manager, who same team with Quinta's manager, and said, can we get a copy of the pilot so my mom can see it? And within 3 minutes, it was on my phone. And you're not supposed to share it, but Quinta made sure that I had it so I could play it for my mom, so I could say, I'm gonna be okay.
Wow. That's beautiful. And a beautiful way to honor her memory and everything. And congratulations on all the success.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. Will you come back and see us?
I always will. You know, in fact, I have a little something for you.
You got something?
Because last time I was here, you were wearing something beautiful and knitted.
Ooh.
And you said, because you were always cold, so I crocheted you a hat.
My mom used to crochet. This is so sweet. Thank you.
You don't have to put it on.
I'm going to use it. Oh my God.
If you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe to the Jennifer Hudson Show YouTube channel. Check your local listings or visit jenniferhudsonshow.com to see when you can watch full episodes in your area. And don't forget to sign up for the newsletter.